okay, I'll put this on screen and go through this, then get to the 6. I should have just shown this right at the start, because I did this for the Catherine Farver event, and it was all nice and condensed. I'll read. Do you want to read? Does anyone want to read through this, or do you want me to do it?
You do it.
Okay. NTJs are predisposed to enact the proactive enterprise serial order role, the ability to get the sequence of steps right to achieve a long-term strategic objective where the results are remote. NTPs are predisposed to the constructor roles, modeler, inventor, and designer of systems and structures. They have abstract word usage and utilitarian tool usage, which means that they are adaptive and use tools how they see fit. They won't follow the instructions. Well, that's their natural inclination. The NTJs might be more likely to follow instructions because they might think it's the more efficient way to do things, but they're not going to be by the book. Factorial words. I think we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
It's a bit like me. You bring all the factors in. We think we're bringing the relevant factors in. Some people might think, Ben, that's not relevant. I think it's relevant. So all the factors that pertain to the issue. So with someone's personality, I might type, yes, but what about their biography? What about their Enneagram type? What about Keirsey? What about socionics? What about the Ibru-Kiki? Individual social status, biology, relationships, upbringing, culture, education, career, and events. All the factors. So factorial. Meaning that spoken thoughts are mentally configured to include all the relevant factors, tendency to stay on point, especially NTJs, and bring in relevant examples. Or if we do digress, eventually we get back on point. I hope. Especially when Jonathan's there to encourage it. Tendency to stay on point, especially NTJs, and bring in relevant examples and transcontextual thinking, especially NTPs. NTPs more likely to move on to associated points. In my humble opinion, and frequently of others, me, can self-indulgently move on to other subjects. Whilst 1 degree of comparison can be a friend of the original context point, 2 degrees of comparative separation can be as obnoxious as a friend of a friend. So word reference analytical. So it's like trying to analyze stuff, getting to the point, trying to get down to the root cause, and the sequence being deductive. Is that a good summary, Jonathan, or do we need any more?
I think that's more than enough.
Right. I should have just done that right at the beginning. Now, the iceberg.